The season's first half comes to a close today as the Red Sox wrap it up at the Trop against the Tampa Bay Rays. David Price against Chris Archer in game number 89. The Red Sox will go into the All-Star break in first place for the first time since 2013. The only question is, what size will the lead be? The Yankees are playing right now. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Trop. Great to have you with us. I'm Dave O'Brien. My partner is the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley. Garen Austin along in just a couple of moments. And it's interesting to note that the Red Sox of 2017 have a near identical record to the 2016 Red Sox going into the All-Star break.
I think the Red Sox are in great shape where they are right now. They've gotten some favor, but the Yankees not playing well over, the last 3 weeks. You can't count on that. But you see what they did last year and this year. The only difference being the offense more than anything else. And the big difference is they're a better pitching staff this year. And you expect that to continue in the second half. To me, the competition has changed. Last year, Baltimore and Toronto were, they were forces to go reckon with. This year, they're just not the same clubs. And this Tampa Bay club is, to me, is a major surprise. We're playing them today, so we'll see what we do with them. But going forward, I think the Red Sox are going to get better offensively, and this pitching staff will continue to be one of the best, in the game. And so this division is there for the taking for the Red Sox.
You're right about Tampa Bay. They are sticky, and they have a 2-1 lead in this 4-game series heading into today. When we come back here to the Trop, Garen Austin is going to fill us in on what some of the Red Sox have planned for the 4 days before the next game, which will be against the Yankees at Fenway Park. Coming up, Game 4 and the end of the first half from Tropicana Field. BuyAToyota.com. Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Lexus and the Lexus Strikes Out Hunger program. Plainridge Park Casino, 45 minutes from Boston. And by Southwest, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. 4th and final game of the series, last game before the All-Star break. We bring in Garen Austin. Garen, players going to be scattering all over the country and will not be on the charter today, a lot of those, as the Red Sox get ready for the All-Star break.
Obiek, final game before the break and the final game of a 10-game road trip. I know a lot of people are very excited to start. It's a very convenient location because a lot of guys live in Florida and they're just going to drive home after this game. Here's a few guys and what they're doing for break.
Thankfully, being here in Tampa and being in Florida, it's a pretty short drive back home. So just being able to relax at home, hang out, spend some good quality time with family and some friends. But having the engagement party for our wedding and engagement on Monday night, and then just being able to relax, go on the boat, and enjoy some family time.
I'm going to the Bahamas from here. Going tonight, we'll get 3 full days there, fly back up Thursday for the workout and get ready for the second half.
It's going to be nice to go home and hang out with my family, and just let my mind relax and then get ready to turn it back on again for the home stretch.
And we know that Chris Sale, Craig Kimbrell, and Mookie Betts are also heading down to Miami for the All-Star game. Now, I'm heading down there as well, and you can stay with Nesson for complete coverage of all the All-Star festivities this week.
Thanks, Gary. We look forward to your reports on Nesson from the All-Star game. David Price on the mound today against right-hander Chris Archer, who, of course, had a long string of losses against the Red Sox. Finally broke that earlier this season. Sox-Rays coming up next. Prior to Game 4, the last game before the All-Star break, Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien with it. Red Sox at 6-3 on the road trip, which ends today. And technically, the first half came near the beginning of this road trip. The Red Sox will have 73 games after the All-Star break. Should finish the first half number 2 in the American League in ERA, possibly number 1, depending on what happens today. It's very close with the Cleveland Indians. Boston Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you by McDonald's. Any McCafe Bakery muffin with any size hot or iced coffee, just $1.99. Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of Major League Baseball. Subaru of New England, supplying all-wheel drive vehicles with a passion for summer travels. And by KM Premium Franks, it's summer, let's grill. Chris Archer taking a hill today. The right-hander at 7-5, a .395 earned run average. For so long, he could not beat the Red Sox. He finally did that back in April. And here's a look at the Red Sox lineup he'll face today. Brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Mookie Betts at the top. Heading to the All-Star game, Dustin Pedroia at second base. Xander Bogaerts at short. Mitch Moreland, the cleanup man, at first. Andrew Benintendi in left. Hanley Ramirez hitting 6th today. He's the DH. Jackie Bradley's in center. Christian Vasquez doing the catching, and Zhu Wei Lin at third base. And Archer, career-wise, is 2-11 against the Red Sox with a .514 ERA.
Tampa Bay Rays defense today. They've made 63 errors in 89 games. Around the infield, third to first. Evan Longoria at third. Taylor Featherston at short. Brad Miller at second. Logan Morrison at first. Out in the outfield, Corey Dickerson in left. Peter Borges in center. Steven Souza Jr. in right. Behind the plate, Wilson Ramos catching Chris Archer.
Here are the umpires, brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. That is Chris Conroy, young umpire behind the plate. And Hickox at first, Jerry Meals, and Ron Culpa at second and third. And we're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit compra2toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. Red Sox have long been a nemesis of Archer. When he beat the Sox at Fenway on April 14th, it was his first win against Boston since 2012. He has also been chosen for the All-Star team for the American League, so he's headed to Miami. Take on Mookie Betts to start it. Mookie stepping in at 272 with 15 homers and 52 RBIs. And a fascinating road trip, really. Strike one, and we're underway.
Well, we've seen Archer enough, that's for sure. A lot of success, like you said. Fastball up to 95, 96. You haven't seen it yet, but that killer slider that he has. There it is. This kid's been punching out guys the last 3 years at a clip like nobody's business. Second behind Chris Sale.
But the Red Sox haven't seen that guy very often. And that one torched into left field. Deep drive. Headed back there. Gone! Mookie Betts with a bullet to make it 1-0. Man, did that get out of here in a hurry. His 16th home run of the season.
Hello, Mookie. Yes. That's the third home run he's hit off of Archer. Yeah, I think he got himself a slider that he can work with. He had a slam off him a couple of years ago. And this ball does not get out of Fenway Park. This is a bullet that he hits into left center field. You say, get up.
And it got up, and for every Red Sox homer, Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. And now through the end of the month, use your Speedy Rewards card when you purchase any size fountain or frozen drink for 69 cents and get an entry code to win a VIP experience. Dustin Pedroia hitting .298, fouls that one away, and this was a shot by Betts.
This wasn't a fighting slider by no means, but Mookie just line drive home run. Boy, he's hit a ton of home runs on the road, just 2 at home.
For the second straight season, has hit at least 15 homers and 15 stolen bases before the All-Star break. Talking about Mookie. And in Sox history, the only other hitter to do that, Carl Yastrzemski in 1970. And a 1-2, he fouls that back to the screen.
Archer had trouble with the home run ball last year. Gave up 30 bombs last year in a year where he was 9-19. Obviously didn't pitch as bad, that bad to lose 19 games. This guy struck out over 200 guys last year, 233. But Mookie has his number.
2-2. And that's a fascinating trip for Mookie because he has now driven in 10 runs on the trip. 8 of them came in one game. He's hit 3 home runs on the trip, and 2 of them came in one game. So he's done a lot of damage selectively on the road trip. Other times he has scuffled. In fact, he had an 0 for 15 in one stretch.
When he's going bad, he gets a lot of pop-ups. When he's going good, he hits bullets.
Look at this, 11 career leadoff home runs, a Red Sox franchise record with that one. And he did not offer, says Ed Hickox.
Pedroia's had some funny swings this at bat. Fouling off some tough pitches, and then
now here's the ball being thrown back, and that really does the Red Sox a big favor because that's a meaningful baseball for the Red Sox. So thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mookie Betts says foul tipped in the mid, and Pedroia goes down on strikes. Xander Bogaerts next.
Archer's kind of a showman. You think the way he promenade, struts around the mound a little bit.
Yeah, I would say he's a charismatic kid.
Very.
He's really becoming the face of the franchise, I think, along with Longoria.
But you see that wipeout slider that he's got.
Xander likes him, though. 8 for 25, a .320 average. You mentioned Mookie Betts, .385. Andy Ramirez, another guy who hits him well, close to 300. There are a number of Red Sox who do.
David Ortiz wore him out.
He sure did. And they had a spirited relationship, Ortiz and Archer.
He didn't appreciate that slow trot. There's about 550 guys that didn't appreciate that slow trot.
Mitch Moreland on deck. And a 2-1 from Archer. Xander bounced back from getting hit on the hand the other night on that right hand. Went for the downs on that cut. He was 1 for 3 yesterday, getting back in the lineup after getting nailed on that hand on Thursday. So 3-2 on Bogaerts. That's hit hard but caught by Longoria. Boy, a couple have been stung against Archer right away. 2 gone.
I'll tell you what, you hang that slider, it goes a long ways. It comes off that bat hot. He got a 3-2 slider. He had a bullet right at Longoria. It didn't seem like a bullet to him.
Yeah, he's generally unfazed.
Yeah, routine.
And a great defensive third baseman. Mitch Moreland trying to get going here right before the break. .260 with 12 homers, 41 runs batted in. And it's been a chilly road trip for Mitch. He does not have an RBI on it. He's gone 5 for 30.
Got a big double yesterday. 9th inning. Set up the Red Sox real good. Didn't work out that way, but it was a big hit.
Red Sox loaded the bases in the 9th inning and could not score. There's a lot of discussion later about why Jackie Bradley did not hit and Chris Young did. Young would pop up and end the ball game. Jackie had the day off yesterday. John Farrell was talking about it afterwards. He knew he'd be asked about it. This one has popped a mile in the air into foul territory. Longoria was way over in the shift, a long way to go, but he can't get to it.
I think what that comes down to yesterday is the fact that he has confidence in Young. As simple as that.
I think that was definitely a big part of it. It was part of John's answer. He also did not like the splits favoring a left-handed hitter against Colomé, because lefties
were
not hitting them, and right-handers.
You know, after seeing Hanley swing and miss that nasty slider, it's like, it seems to me that's the toughest. Facing a guy with a slider like that, how can a right-handed hitter have a better chance?
Yeah. You know, the other thing that has to be factored in, I think, is Jackie's having a very hot, 3 or 4 weeks.
Right, he's been as hot as anybody.
John also liked the way the Young had been swinging lately with the bases loaded. That was part of his decision as well, as Moreland will take one for ball 4. So got very interesting there in that 9th inning.
There you see the walk to Bogaerts, which was a big walk, and then the big double there by Moreland. 1 out, guys on 2nd and 3rd, and then they walk Pedroia to get to Hanley, and they punch him out on 2 bad breaking balls, and then you see, I don't know what that was, a little hanger or something, but he popped it up.
Well, the key at bat was Hanley Ramirez. You can talk all you want about whether Jackie Bradley should have been batting there, but there's no guarantee he's going to get a hit there.
Right. Well, the bat of the night was Hanley, obviously.
No doubt. And those were not good swings.
Infield in, just make contact. Couldn't make contact.
It was all about making contact. Exactly right. But there's part of it, it's like, well, put a lefty up there and see what happens. Benintendi 282 with 12 home runs. Little topper. Morrison back to the bag, and that'll be out number 3. But the Red Sox get off to a quick start thanks to the All-Star Mookie Betts with a laser beam. to make it 1-0. And Price heads to the hill. Here's the Rays lineup brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. It'll be Steven Souza leading off. He's always a power threat. So is Dickerson. Longoria with 12 home runs and Morrison with 24. Ramos doing the catching with Plouffe the DH. Brad Miller at second base. Taylor Featherston at shortstop and Peter Borges in center field. Facing the Sox starter presented by your New England Audi dealers. David Price 4-2 ERA of 4.02. Today he is facing the guy he really mentored while he was here.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Red Sox have made 54 errors in 88 games. Around the infield, third to first, Lynn at third, Bogarts at short, Pedroia at second, Mitch Moreland at first. Out in the outfield, Benintendi in left, Jackie Bradley Jr. in center, Mookie Betts in right. Behind the plate, Christian Vasquez catching David Price.
Souza 267 with 17 home runs to start it, so they get power out of the leadoff spot just as the Red Sox do. And many free swingers. So it's a chance for a big strikeout day for Price.
Well, he commanded his fastball last time against the Rangers. Same kind of team as the Rays. They swung at all those high fastballs. Punched out 9 guys, 6 innings.
High deep drive into left center field. Back it goes, way back. And that ball is off the wall. It's in play. Throwing to second, not in time to get Souza. Very nearly got out of here. We very nearly had leadoff home runs by each team.
That couldn't have missed more than a foot, 2 feet. Looked like Souza thought he got it. Ball down and in. Boy, he went to work on it. Sounded pretty good too. I thought he got it. This ball hits right below the yellow, the top of the padding right there, about a foot away from a home run.
$16 doubles for Souza brings up Corey Dickerson. Red Sox have locked him up pretty good in this series. He's hitting .312 with 17 home runs. This guy has taken some of the most ferocious swings we've seen all year in this series.
And doesn't really care that he swings and misses.
He's 1 for 10. Swings just like that. Boy, he goes for it. But right now he's locked up in a slump anyway. 3 for 31.
He just seems late all the time.
Longoria on deck. To the right side. They'll advance. The runner took a bit of a tricky hop there at the last second, but Pedroia gets him, and into third is Souza. So a productive at bat for Dickerson.
Very. He got him a ball down a little bit. He can get to it. I don't think he can get to the ball upstairs. This ball That's all he's trying to do. That ball kind of ate up Petey a little bit. Ball comes up on him a little bit. No big deal.
And Pedroia continues to play errorless at second base. The Red Sox have only made 7 errors their last 25 games. That's #1 in the American League in defense over that span after a pretty ugly start defensively to the season. Longoria 258, 12 home runs, facing his former Tampa Bay roommate in David Price. Oh, they almost got Price. That is no way to treat a roommate. And to score is Souza, and the ball game is tied.
The only way that's not going to be hit if you take it off your body. This ball is stung right back at you. High fastball, left it outside. I don't know if I want that ball to hit me.
And Longoria was only batting .190 against his old pal coming into the game, but a base hit to drive in a run. He's now driven in 52. And just like that, 1-1. And that'll bring up Logan Morrison, 260 with the 24 home runs. Red Sox have done a good job on him the last 2 days of the series after he had 3 hits in game 1. And a baseball loose on the warning track.
He had the good at bats against Sale is what he did. Kind of surprisingly hit the ball the other way.
Yesterday the Red Sox snapped his 27-game on base streak that dated back to June 7th. That was Rick Porcello, an outstanding effort in a losing cause for Rick. That's a complete game for him.
Yeah, that's few and far between for not just him, the whole team. But that was his best outing, I thought, this year.
Yep, no question. His last couple have been very promising for the second half. He's got to feel good about that. Got jammed there. Pedroia goes to second base. Bogart's hanging on and got the out to retire Longoria. That's all they get. And they're 2 away. That goes 4-6.
I don't know what happened there. I thought he had a shot for a double play ball. I knew it took a while. I was surprised that Pedroia just went to second base. Had enough time there to obviously get the runner, but yeah, I thought, oh, he fumbled it. That's why I was going to say that's a double play ball.
So that'll bring up Wilson Ramos, the catcher. And those of you who have been watching baseball for many years, Eck made this comment the other night, and I think it's dead on. He reminds you so much of Andres Galarraga. The batting stance is almost dead on. And Galarraga may have opened up a little more, you know, maybe more looking at the pitcher, but this is really close.
He just looks so strong, and we've seen him hit a couple of balls hard. Obviously, the home run he hit off his Sale, he crushed.
Been injured, but he's hit 3 home runs so far this season.
He's got to show him inside too. This guy gets extended, he stings it.
Signed by the Rays as a free agent in December. He had suffered a torn ACL leaping for a throw to home plate last September when playing for Washington. So they knew they were getting an injured player, and it was going to be some time before he came back, but he's had a pretty good series.
Well, it didn't cost him that much, really. I mean, him getting hurt cost himself a lot of money. I'm surprised that he played so well for the Nationals, and they've got money. They end up signing Wieters.
This guy was an all-star last year for the National League. 22 homers, drove in 80 runs. A dribbler. Xander Bogaerts will flip it on to Pedroia for the force to retire the side, but Tampa Bay comes right back and they get a run on Price, and we're tied 1-1. Series Friday, July 14th through the 16th. The Red Sox honoring veterans of the Vietnam War. A replica of the Vietnam Memorial will be on display the entire weekend on Van Ness. You can support the home base program and local veterans by texting veterans to 56512. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, and Garrett Austin from Tropicana Field. As Hanley Ramirez will lead off in the second inning in a 1-1 tie. Hanley 257, 13 homers, 34 RBIs. So far 3 for 12 with a home run in the series. Jackie Bradley on deck. Christian Vasquez after him. Hanley on this road trip 14 out of 42 with 2 homers. And the 0-2 from Archer. And he got him. He struck him out one away.
Boy, that is deadly, that put away slider. Yeah, it's kind of like he's got that wristy gas, and then he has this blade that he throws that starts over low strike and then disappears.
Number 19, Jackie Bradley Jr.
Second strikeout for Archer. Now Jackie Bradley. 280, 12 homers, 38 driven in, had all of yesterday off. He's had a good trip too.
Look at that thing disappear. I mean, that is hard slider. I mean, you could see why he punches out over 200 guys a year.
And Jackie's had trouble in the past too. 4 for 23.
I mean, this guy doesn't look big at all, right? He's taller than you think. By looking at him, he looks like he's 6 foot. I bet he's 6'3". He just doesn't seem like it on the mound, but he's got that wristy fastball. Let's see where he ends up. 6'3". He's not skinny. I mean, skinny, but not like Sale skinny. But he generates some hair on that fastball.
Could not get Jackie to chase that one. Archer out of Clayton, North Carolina. He was on Team USA when they won the World Baseball Classic. He said that was a great thrill to be part of that. And down goes Jackie Bradley. Back-to-back strikeouts by Archer.
That's an overpowering. Didn't break as much because he threw it hard. 91-mile-an-hour slider. I mean, he's not looking for contact. He's not a contact pitcher. This guy's trying to punch everybody out.
Christian Vasquez hitting .273 with 1 home run. We're tied up 1-1 in the second. And prior to the game in Havana last March, Archer approached President Barack Obama and the First Lady. Gave them a left-handed glove from that day's starting pitcher Matt Moore. The President greeted him with, "Hey, Arch."
I'll tell you what, he's not shy, that's for sure. He's everywhere. Very articulate. He gets it done. Real community-minded guy.
He's been a guest analyst the last couple of World Series for ESPN. To center field, softly hit, Borges there. And that will do it. Archer with a quick inning, and it's a 1-1 tie here in the middle of the second. Bottom of the second, a 1-1 game here at Tropicana Field. Plouffe, Miller, and Featherston against Price. Allowed a leadoff double to Souza, and then an RBI single to Longoria in the first inning. Plouffe just .216, but he has hit 8 home runs.
This might be his toughest competition. You talk about a guy hitting 9 for 25 off him.
Price had not allowed a run to his former team in his previous 19 in the third innings. Cold hard facts brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Lights. Last couple of starts against him, 2-0. No earned runs. Only 3 walks to 18 Ks against Tampa Bay. Fly ball to left. Benintendi all day to get under this one. So 1 man away.
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game. Adam and Jim will break down today's game. And you'll hear from David Price and John Farrell. Whatever, whenever, wherever. Who but WB Mason?
Red Sox killer Brad Miller getting in. Just a .208 average overall. That has given the Red Sox fits the last couple of years. Not against Price though. 3 for 20 against the lefty. It's a 150. And a 1-0. Jammed him. 95 miles an hour. Well, certainly our best wishes go out to Terry Francona, the Cleveland Indians skipper, who is going to manage the American League All-Star team. He will not. He's going to stay home. They found a heart issue with Tito, which they're treating. He's out of the hospital. A bit of an irregular heartbeat that they believe they can correct, and he can get back to work in short order, but he will not be at the All-Star game. Brad Mills, his longtime lieutenant, will be running the American League All-Star squad as that one is tapped to first and a fair ball and picked off by Moreland for an easy second out.
Francona lucky enough to have managed that club twice with the 2 world championships with the Red Sox. Not like he's never done it, but still not an easy job to do. Stress to begin with, in the situation he's in, not good.
Kevin Cash, who of course manages this Rays team, he's going to be heading over to Miami to help out Brad Mills. He'll be on that staff for the American League. Featherston getting in. We certainly want to wish a speedy return to my partner Jerry Remy, the great Rem Dog. Looking forward to seeing Jerry in the second half.
Look forward to seeing Jerry Friday night against the Yankees.
Big series. That's a 4-game series because there is a doubleheader on Sunday, next Sunday against the Yankees. Sox right now the 3.5 game lead. The Yankees fell behind early in the first inning, down 3-0. Travis Shaw with a home run.
What a year he's having, huh?
Yes. Former Red Sox third baseman. So the Red Sox hopeful of getting out of Tampa Bay with a 4.5 game lead over New York and 5.5 over Tampa Bay, but they're going to have to win. And the Yankees would have to lose. And in tight for a ball on Featherston.
That's why those 1-0 games hurt when you're on the bad end of them, aren't they? When you win them, it's like, oh, beautiful game, we should have won. Then when you lose them, it's like, wait a minute. And the Rays, obviously the Rays needed that game. Not that we don't need it, but they needed probably worse. They're trying to hang in there. I mean, this is a club. They're not built for the whole year. I mean, they're not going to get any. They have a hard time adding a piece or two, right? I mean,
although they've done it this season.
Yeah, already.
This season, yeah. But I know what you're saying. In season.
Yeah, something big.
Is the budget there? It's typically not for Tampa Bay.
I mean, you're surprised they're here, aren't you, at this point? I mean,
I didn't think they'd be this good. And when you look at the pieces like, you know, Pedroia, who's a really good defensive shortstop, we saw that yesterday. Ramos has been a really nice addition.
Yes.
And you think for the second half he could hit a lot of home runs.
I do, and that's the surprising part is how good offensively they are.
Yeah, because their pitching was going to be good.
We expected that. Their bullpen, they need a piece out there.
And that has let them down as Featherston broke his bat. I think from a Red Sox point of view, what really bodes well for the second half is the last couple of starts by Rick Porcello. I mean, yesterday he was dynamite. He looked like vintage Porcello of a year ago. And looks like he's moving back to that these last couple of starts in particular.
Yeah, he's got to forget about the 11 losses. I mean, that's that thing, whatever, that's gone.
2-2 into the dirt.
You know, because you know how everybody talks about wins and losses don't mean anything. They you know, just look at how he's been throwing the ball, and he can't go back. The problem is you had such a great year last year. You keep thinking I'm not as good as last year. Well, how are you possibly going to be there? If he has a good second half, to me, it's going to go a long ways for this staff.
3-2 and walked it. So Featherston is on. First walk issued by David Price today to bring up Peter Borges. MLB.com at bat is your #1 mobile app for live Red Sox baseball. Stay connected. Get Red Sox home screen icons and app features as well as game day, live game video, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. Borges 247 as he climbs in. Still pretty good wheels.
Boy, you can't fall asleep on this Borges. He hit a solo shot off a Sale the other night. He's hit a home run off of Price too. He's 2 for 14, but he's got a bomb off him.
All 4 of his home runs have been solo shots.
Change up.
Check swing. It rolls right to Pedroia. On to Xander Bogaerts to get the force and retire the side. But after 2, it's a 1-1 game. Red Sox moment honoring the 07 Red Sox world champions, and in game number 89 that year the Red Sox would lose to Toronto 6-5. Manny Ramirez homered. He drove in 3. Mike Lowell hit his second triple of the season. Chris Archer to take on Zhu-Wei Lin. Then Mookie Betts, who launched a home run to lead off the ball game. Little flare here, racing out Miller. He won't get it. Dunks down for a base hit. So Zue Lin on with a single. His second hit of the series.
Take him any way you can get him. He got in his kitchen big time, but he fought it off. Last time up, Betts got a slider middle of the plate and hit a bullet into the gap. Had enough on it to make the seats.
Number 16 for Mookie Betts. Zue Lin is a guy that John Farrell can run. If the Red Sox put a play on, even a straight steal, he can steal a base.
Mookie can handle the bat too.
Not a guy typically the Red Sox would ask to hit and run.
I wouldn't think so.
He has now started each of the Red Sox last 85 games, longest streak by Sox players since Dustin Pedroia made 84 in a row in the championship season of 2013. Nice scoop there by Ramos. That'll keep Lin at first base.
He's known to lose the strike zone, Archer. It's not like he's got pinpoint control. When you throw that hard, it's not too many guys like Sale and that don't walk anybody with that type of stuff.
And he walks him on 4 straight. So first 2 Red Sox are aboard here in the 3rd inning in front of Dustin Pedroia. Make your next trip to Fenway unforgettable with the ultimate monster road trip. Your one-of-a-kind experience includes a luxurious hotel, exclusive VIP pregame access, and seats on the Monster. Email premium sales at redsox.com or call 617-226-6912. Pedroia 0 for 1. Certainly has had a signature game on this road trip. Signature defensive play without question.
Ooh, that had to hurt.
Ramos in some pain.
That ball came up and bit him is what it did. Slider didn't even come close. Way in front of the plate. Not a good spot there.
Pain that Kevin Cash knows very well. Every catcher does.
Just takes time. That's 5 bad throws in a row by Archer. Pedroia had a tough at bat last time up. Struggled, punched him out, but didn't look very comfortable at all.
The Red Sox building a threat here in the 3rd inning. Lin with a single, Betts with the walk, and now Pedroia, who has 12 RBIs on this trip.
Stay tuned for Red Sox Final presented by Plainridge Park Casino. Adam and Jim will recap the first half of the Red Sox season and preview the Sox next series against the Yankees after the All-Star break.
On this trip, Pedroia has passed Manny Ramirez for 8th in Red Sox history in extra base hits. He has also passed Nomar for 16th on the all-time RBI list. So this has been an eventful trip historically for Dustin Pedroia. Nobody out, 2 on. 2-2.
He loved his slider. When in doubt, look slider. 2-1 fastball count. Slider down. It's hard to pick up. Throws so hard, you got to get ready.
Hard to lay off.
Yes.
Pedroia such a tough strikeout, but he did strike out in the first inning. Bogart's on deck. And down he goes again.
Really uncomfortable at bat. Back to back. Makes Pedroia look bad 2 times. That's hard to do. It really is. Swinging at pitches like the last 2 pitches he swung at. Ball in the dirt. Fastball neck high.
So 1 gone. Xander Bogaerts next. He hit the ball pretty hard his first time up. He lined to Longoria. Long conversation as Ramos went out to the hill to chat with Archer. Xander now 8 for 26. Pretty good numbers against the right-hander. Red Sox with an opportunity to take back the lead here. They had it briefly 1-0. Tampa Bay came back to tie.
One of the best sliders in the game is what it is.
Lynn with a base hit. Betts with a walk. Good speed on the bases. And Archer with the 0-1. Fouled away. 2 strikes on Xander. Visit NESN.com/fantasy for the latest news, lineup advice, and more on your Yahoo Fantasy League. Xander hit his 6th home run of the season on Wednesday, his 4th on a 2-strike count. And down he goes. 96 to strike him out.
If you have one inkling of a thought it's going to be a slider, you have no chance on his gas. Just that little thought about a breaking ball, fastball by you. Single.
Two down for Moreland, who took a walk in the first inning. Something he's been doing more frequently this year with the Red Sox. He's walked in 6 of his last 8 games. And a good eye there, and a pitch that may have been a strike. Benintendi on deck, 2 on, but 2 out. And a 1-0 from Archer. And a high twisting fly down the left field line. Dickerson, plenty of time to get beneath it in fair territory, and that will retire the side. So nothing doing here in the 3rd for the Sox. 2 men left. Your picks for the T-Mobile Home Run Derby Bracket Challenge. With a little luck, you and 3 friends may be going to the 2017 World Series thanks to T-Mobile. Make your picks at MLB.com/bracket challenge. Now Souza led off the ball game with a double and came in to score on the Longoria base hit in the first inning. And here we sit tied 1-1. Red Sox run on a Mookie Betts shot to left. It's a line so straight you could hang your clothes on it. Number 16. David Price with a career ERA of 2.86 here at the Trop as a visitor. 3-3 overall against them. Franchise where he made his name. Red Sox with another left-hander. The 1-1.
See, so many teams now that don't have a leadoff hitter that you would think is prototypical leadoff hitter. Somebody slashes the ball, runs.
The Tampa Bay Rays of 2017, though, I would expect to have a home run hitter at the top of the line.
Yeah, you're probably right. Guy at top of the lineup with over 100 punch outs.
He has not hit a home run against a left-hander. 17 of his home runs have come off righties. 3-2.
Pretty good eye.
Otherwise, really no difference for Souza, lefty righty. 269 against left-handers, 266 against right-handers.
Boy, he just fought off a tough pitch right there. I mean, this is a perfect pitch. You think you could throw that ball up and away right by him.
Dickerson on deck, then Longoria, their top 3 hitters in the order. Brewers now lead 4-0 on the Yankees. They're in the 3rd inning. And he walked him. So Price has walked 2 men.
Pretty good at bat. Tonight at 10 on NESN Sports Today. We'll save you time with all the latest news, including a report on the Bruins as they wrap up rookie camp. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank. See what know-how can do.
Dickerson 0 for 1. He is grounded out to second, which was a very helpful at bat, as moments later Longoria singled. Dickerson moves Souza from second to third with that ground out in the 1st inning. See where Greg Bird of the Yankees is defending himself from a published report that questioned his desire to come back from that ankle injury.
Who's questioning it?
That's the problem. The newspaper is quoting a Yankee insider. They're not saying who it is. Wondering why he hasn't come back quicker. He's 19 games is all he's played this season, but he's offended by it. So are the Yankees, by that report that he doesn't want to come back. And he said, I certainly want to play. I love baseball. I've wanted to play since I can remember. For me, I'm doing everything I can to come back. I would hope people see it.
Well, he had a great spring, didn't he? Hit a bunch of home runs and then started off badly and got hurt.
Hit .451 in spring training and hit 8 home runs. In the final days of the spring, he fouled the ball off his right ankle. He continued to play a little bit. He hit just 160 at bats, then finally went on the DL with a bone bruise. Yankees have done MRIs and X-rays, not showing anything wrong with him, but he's struggling to come back, still pain in that ankle. Ground ball, and how about that? Inside third, down the line off the bat of Dickerson's going to continue to roll. Souza into third. They're going to stop him right there as the throw comes in on the double by Dickerson.
And what is that? This is a guy that had a hole in his bat for about the last 3 days. And even in this at bat, he swung through 2 fastballs, and then he does this, and you can see why he hits over 300. Look at this thing. I mean, emergency swing out of the catcher's glove. Right down the line. Nobody's there, obviously. Playing him to pull. Souza comes all the way around, holds up with nobody out, second and third, but wow, this hurts.
Well, that's kind of a Xander Bogaerts double from the other side of the plate.
Yes.
Pitch that is not a strike. And he goes and gets.
All of a sudden he goes into 2-strike mode out of nowhere.
So trouble for Price. Runners at second and third, nobody out in a 1-1 game in Longoria. He singled in a run in the first inning, a shot up the middle that almost took Price with it.
Price is going to have to pitch right now. 3, 4, 5 coming up.
Two men in scoring position. Cracked foul by Longoria with Morrison next. So you're right. It gets a little bit tougher now with Longoria, Morrison, and Ramos all capable of taking him out of the ballpark.
Well, it starts with a punch out. That's obviously what he's looking for. Just wonder how he's going to do it. He's been trying to crowd these guys.
Longoria's hit safely in 6 in a row.
Something hard down in, I guess.
The 0-2. He buried it.
I don't know what he was trying to do there. Nobody's going to swing at that.
Longoria, the Rays' all-time leader in home runs, RBIs, doubles, extra base hits, total bases, games, service time, walk-off hits. But David Price trying to pin him to home plate. Fly ball to right, well hit, but Betts underneath. Back to tag Souza. Here he comes. The runners will advance, throw to third base. And 2-1 Tampa Bay as Longoria picks up his second RBI of the day.
Well, that does it all, that bat right there. That's as good as you can go when you make an out, isn't it? Sacrifice fly, get the runner over from second to third. It's like Price tries to go changeup. Betts is too deep to try to throw him out of third base, but that at bat gets it done.
So Dickerson advancing. And Logan Morrison next. He's 0 for 1. Morrison with 24 homers, 4 of those against left-handers.
This is weird looking at the infield, isn't it? Especially when they're in. They're playing a pull and everybody's in.
Lynn all alone on the left side near third. Bogaerts, Pedroia, Marlins stacked up on the right. And he missed with that one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, he's making it hard for him to try to think about hitting the ball the other way, crowding him inside. Go, Lomo! And there again.
Price ahead now, 1-2. Calling all kids. Kids can attend a game for free at Fenway Park when they sign up for Kid Nation. Free kids tickets available for the first 25,000 tickets redeemed. Visit redsox.com/kidnation to sign up today.
He likes to throw that little I think that's a changeup. He loves to throw changeups to left-handed hitters.
Man at third is Corey Dickerson with one down.
I think he tried to take a shot upstairs.
And he did not get the call there from Conroy.
This is close, borderline. It looks high. Big pitch here.
Rice eager to make Morrison his first strikeout victim today. Got a piece.
Back to that changeup. 3-2 changeup.
Mentioned a number in the series that even though Morrison has 57 RBIs, he's had a big season so far. He's only hitting 132 with runners in scoring position. That's the second lowest in the majors. Fouled away. That one caught the bat.
Boy, is he going inside or what?
One down, a run in. Tampa Bay has grabbed a 2-1 lead.
Dot him away.
In there for strike three. Caught him looking, his first K today.
Well, he waited and waited and waited and just saved this fastball away. It's not even necessarily on the corner. I think it catches a lot of the plate. But it, you know, that's what all those pitches inside set up.
Lexus is making a pledge to strike out hunger. Every time a Red Sox pitcher strikes out a Rays batter, Lexus donates $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. So Ramos in, he's 0 for 1. Dickerson still on top of third base with 2 away. And foul back out of play for strike 1. Ramos last season an all-star in the National League, while with Washington he also won the Silver Slugger Award among catchers. He had 307, 22 homers. He drove in 80.
Back-to-back cutters. He's consciously made an effort to pitch in on a lot of guys.
And the 0-2 from Price. Right past him. So he strikes him out. Back-to-back Ks there to keep that man at third. Tampa Bay on top 2-1. In high gear, Sarah and Andy will break down Bruins developmental camp as well as an exclusive interview with the Bruins top prospects. Don't miss Bruins Summer Face-Off live Thursday night at 6. Brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, Garrett Austin here from the Trop. Red Sox trail 2-1. Last game before the All-Star break. Red Sox at 50 and 38. 3.5 game lead in first place. And we'll go to the break in first for the first time since 2013. Red Sox at 25 and 14 at home, 25 and 24 on the road. And Benintendi made another fine defensive play here at the Trop. He's making that a habit here. This was yesterday.
Yeah, playing center field. Ball in the gap. He gets there and he's not quite sure exactly where he is. Doesn't hit the fence, but it's just a tremendous catch.
Showing off some of those basketball skills. He was a hoop star in high school, but could really shoot the three too. 180 3-pointers. So a great natural athlete. I think the Rays have figured that out with a couple of catches he's made back-to-back years here. I still think the one down the left field line is one of the great catches I've seen in about 10 years. Swung on and missed, and down he goes, strike three. He's 0 for 2 today. Let's get out of Garrett.
Thanks, Obi. Well, as you mentioned, Chris Archer was named to the American League All-Star team. And Rays manager Kevin Cash said that Archer's really on the path to becoming that frontline guy and that he really embraces that stage. Cash said that Archer has really evolved as a starting pitcher, and there are times where he's commanded his fastball better than others, times where he's worked his changeup better than others. And even in his last start, he didn't have the slider that they're used to seeing, but he found a way to compete. And guys, Cash said that on games you don't have your best stuff and you still find a way to compete, that's a step in the right direction.
Well, he has 6 strikeouts today, Garrett, and really has that slider going.
He really does. Finally threw a couple changeups to Benintendi. We hadn't seen any up to that point. Fastball, slider.
Hanley 0 for 1. Jackie Bradley to follow. Red Sox trail 2-1. Hot shot and a base hit. So Hanley on with a 1-out single. Red Sox have their 3rd hit off Archer.
Number 19, Jackie Bradley Jr.
Boy, to see the fastball, he got it down and in. Hanley turned on it.
Jackie Bradley now. Jackie 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Each side now with 3 hits. Off the end of the bat. That's a looper, but that's going to fall down. And he will stop at second base and retreat to the bag. So back-to-back singles with 1 man away.
Boy, Hanley had that play right in front of him. You could hear the sound of the bat that he didn't. He broke his bat, so you know it's a dying quail out there. He thought about going to third, but thought second of it. This plays right in front of him. This ball is going to drop. Hanley didn't want to risk it, but that would have been, I don't know, I'll tell you what, that could have been iffy. And once he stopped right there, there's no chance.
Well, the Sox had a couple of men on with nobody out in the 3rd inning, but could not score. Now with 1 down, a couple of men on in the 4th inning for Vasquez.
We need that right field stroke from Vasquez, because he's going to get that hard breaking ball.
He's trying to snap a little 0 for 9 here. And a chance to maybe drive in a run if he does. 2-1 Tampa Bay. Gets away from Ramos, but not far enough for anyone to advance. Right now the Red Sox are 4th in the American League in runs scored. Was last in home runs, third in stolen bases. And Archer with a 1-1. 96, a lively fastball, but 2-1.
Friday at 6, don't miss Red Sox first pitch, presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. We'll have a complete recap of the All-Star game.
Archer thought he had a strike there. He may well have had a strike, but Conroy did not call it a strike. Little flare to right field. Souza closing on it. Dives and he caught it in the bullpen. Some play by Souza, leaving his feet with a Superman dive to snatch it.
That is a tremendous catch by Souza. He saw it coming too. You said, is he going to leave his feet or what? Look at this catch. He's sizing it up all the way, and then he leaves his feet. Beautiful. What a catch.
And not an easy area to be diving at, because that can be dangerous over where the mound is.
And that guy is a big man now going after that ball.
The wall approaching, that's some play. Runners got back. So now 2 away for Lynn, who singled first trip. We've seen some defense in this series.
Pedroia, that play up the middle that he made, a diving stop, got to his feet barely and threw out Leon, I think yesterday, was it? That was a big league play.
Betts on deck. Mookie with a home run as the very first batter here this afternoon. Archer getting some big time help with 2 men on from his right fielder. And he's going to call out Ramos now. So Ramirez at second, Bradley at first. Lynn looking for his second hit today. He blooped a single in the third. Continues to get on base. Archer very deliberate with men on. One on the infield to Miller, and that will retire the side. So the Red Sox, the second inning in a row, threatened. Souza made a splendid catch. It's 2-1 Tampa Bay. Junior bobblehead night at Fenway. First 12,000 fans in attendance receive a JBJ bobblehead presented by Drizzly. For tickets and more information, visit redsox.com/promos.
Well, if you're not going to get some love for this play, you're never going to get any love. Just trying to stay alive, Vasquez, but look at this. I mean, this is a great catch by a big man. And he does get some love. You've got to.
From a starting pitcher. So Plouffe to lead off here in the 4th inning. Tampa Bay on top 2-1. Then it's Miller and Featherston. This tough Rays team. They are 46 and 43. Coming into play today, they have one more victory than the Yankees do. Although they're in 3rd place and the Yankees at 45 and 40 in 2nd place, one game ahead of them.
That's how Price got in trouble last inning. Leadoff walk to Souza.
He has walked 2 men. Souza did score. And a strike. After today, no regular season baseball for the next 4 days. Dennis Eckersley, what will you do? As that one's rocketed foul.
We'll all be jonesing. We'll be jonesing for baseball Friday night. I think everybody gets into that home run hitting contest on Monday.
Yeah.
Monday night. They really do.
Especially with the new format. Vastly improved new format.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's added a lot more drama. And the game on Tuesday, Red Sox to be represented by Chris Sale. We certainly think that Chris Sale deserves to start that game, having watched him all season long. He has been absolutely brilliant. High fly to center field. Jackie Bradley right there to put that away, and Plouffe is retired. And of course Craig Kimbrell and Mookie Betts headed to Miami as well right after this one is done.
Friday at 6:30. Don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. Get a complete preview of the Red Sox next series against the Yankees. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Chris Sale started last year's All-Star game as a member of the White Sox. No pitcher has ever started consecutive All-Star games as a member of 2 different organizations. A busted bat, and Pedroia will pick it off and set down Miller. 2 down.
That is kitchen right there. I'll tell you what, an explosion. Oh, barely got to Pedroia.
Chris leading the majors with 178 strikeouts. That's the most by a pitcher at the break since Curt Schilling way back in 2002.
What's he doing?
Love and life.
Yes. The life of a starting pitcher. It's beautiful. Especially if you're good.
Featherston walked first time and takes a strike. You remember your first All-Star game?
Oh, I'll never forget it. Yankee Stadium.
What year was that?
1977.
What was the greatest thrill?
Well, being in it, I'll tell you, Billy Martin was the manager, and I knew the day before. That was the days when you go out there, you're going to pitch 3 innings. I was supposed to pitch the second 3 innings after Jim Palmer. I was nervous as can be.
Did Billy make you nervous?
Who, Billy Martin?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's just, for me, I was only like 22 years old, so, and I told you, I think I told you the other night, I took Nolan Ryan's place, of all people. We got to the hotel, I had the key, Nolan Ryan's key.
Struck him out. Featherston goes down. 1-2-3 for Price. We'll continue with more in a moment. 2-1 Tampa Bay. Choose nothing but the best for your cookouts. Pick up select KM and Coca-Cola products today and get a free package of hot dog buns too. It's summer. Let's grill. KM. Tampa Bay with the lead here 2-1. Mookie Betts has the 1 run. He scored himself with a rocket out of here. A home run, a solo shot in first inning. Number 16 for Betts. And his 11th Red Sox leadoff home run. That's a new franchise record.
You know Archer's going to be careful here because the history he has with Mookie and how it started off today with that slider. I tell you, you throw that slider to a lot of guys, they're going to hit it hard, but Mookie leaves the ballpark.
He snuck that one by him at 94. Pedroia on deck, and then Bogarts, and all three of these guys getting their third look at Chris Archer, who's always had great stuff. The 1-1. Hammer to third. Easy stop for Longoria. Stay tuned after the third out of this half inning for the mid-fifth studio show with Adam and Jim. That would be the Hall of Famer Jim Rice. Who always looks like $1 million bucks. I don't know how he does it.
What's he going to wear today? We saw him in that red coat on 4th of July, right?
Who was that red?
Yes.
That was redder than red. Like Jim went into Joseph Booth, said, I want the reddest coat you've ever made, anyone.
Who has a red coat? Huh? Someone. I used to have a red sweater, just in case. On Christmas, I'd wear a red sweater.
Every Christmas you'd wear.
Well, I mean, I had one in case I, be festive.
Oh, shot up the middle and knocks down Archer and undressed him as the cap came off as he hit the deck. A wicked line drive by Pedroia.
I'll tell you what, Archer made Pedroia look so bad the first 2 at bats. He punched him out and he looked silly. He really did. Look at this. He got back at him. Woo.
Well, you really are grateful he was able to duck down.
Look at this. Whoa. I mean, when you are on your back, you'll remember who hit it.
Stuff flying everywhere.
That Rod Carew did that to me, man. I didn't forget that.
And he meant to, didn't he?
Yeah, how do you mean to?
You had ticked him off.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
There's Bogarts. He has lined to third and struck out. Fly ball, and Souza not tested on this one. So there are 2 down. Hey, finish that story on Nolan Ryan. Now you go to the All-Star game. Next All-Star game. Ryan's not going. You get his room key.
Yeah, and when I got there, I was like, this is real, because I loved Nolan Ryan. He was the original Gas Masterson, man. I mean, I loved him as a kid. And I mean, that's when you know you made it. I mean, that really makes you feel like you made it. And I was so excited to pitch, and being in the clubhouse with all the guys.
Yeah.
It's not like they were all saying, hey, Yak, how you doing? I mean, I didn't have a lot of friends in there either.
Certainly not Rod Carew.
Certainly not Rod Carew. Had a little talk with him, but that all went well.
And you guys eventually became buddies.
Yeah, I love him now. I mean, he's went through a lot just recently, too.
He has.
Yes, he has. I look forward to seeing him at the Hall of Fame coming up in a couple of weeks.
The transplant, everything.
Yes.
You pitched 2 scoreless innings. Our crew has looked that up.
Punched out Steve Garvey, I remember.
Yep.
You don't forget that stuff.
Cal Best.
Yeah.
Steve Garvey.
Yeah.
Sit down. First All-Star strikeouts. Sit down.
Sit down, Steve.
Marlins walked and flied to left. 2 strikes on him. Pedroia at first base. Archer very tough today. Red Sox do have 5 hits off him, but other than Mookie Betts, they have not made them hurt.
Tough to hit off this guy to begin with, but 0-2.
1-2 to Moreland. Thought about it. 2-2.
How about that follow through? He doesn't do it all the time, does he? He finishes way over to the left. I really don't remember that from him. Maybe he's just he's more demonstrative now. Look at this. He goes way over there. Remember Urbina used to do that? He'd punch you out and stay right in that position.
Oh, yeah. A lot of guys love that.
Yeah, don't they?
Check swing, and it darts down and in. The appeal and no swing, says Ron Culpa. So 3-2.
He worked this count, laid off that fastball away, and that pitch was tough to lay off.
So Pedroia can get a head start at first base on a 3-2 pitch with 2 away. Tampa Bay up a run. Here goes Pedroia, and he got him. He struck him out. Boy, Archer is tough. 1 man left. And the point Adam's making about the Cubs, they are right now 1 game under 500. They lose today, and it looks like they'll be 43-45 going into the All-Star break, and they've not played well at all on the road. They've had all sorts of issues.
I just think they're lucky in that division this year. I wouldn't have thought that division would be this bad. Milwaukee leading. I don't know if they can hang on.
Yeah, if Milwaukee wins today, the Cubs lose. It's a 5.5 game split with the Brewers on top. Brewers have been a big surprise.
They really have.
With Craig Counsell, their manager, done a really good job. Here's Peter Borges. He'll take a strike. 0 for 1 today. Tampa Bay 2, Red Sox 1 in the bottom of the 5th. Red Sox offense has been pretty quiet these last couple of days. It was quite noisy for much of the trip, which right now sits at 6-3.
That's the way the Red Sox have been this year. You start getting carried away thinking, yeah, here comes the offense, and then comes to a screeching halt.
It's felt that way here at the Trop last couple of days, but plenty of time today. Souza on deck. He's had a big day. Scored 2 runs. He's made a spectacular catch. Two and 2. Good changeup for Price.
2 of them in this at bat.
Left-hander has struck out 3. And looking to put away the number 9 hitter. Don't miss a game the second half of the season. You can import the NESN Red Sox calendar into your favorite device. You'll get automatic updates, game reminders, and more. Visit NESN.com/schedule to import that schedule today. On the topic of the Red Sox schedule, they're concluding a stretch today of 33 games in 34 days, including a streak of 17 in a row without a day off. But 4 days off coming for most of the guys. 3-2, fouled off his foot. And we mentioned this before, bodes very well for the first place Red Sox. 42 of the 73 after the All-Star break will be at home, including 18 of the first 24. Mentioned this as well. Good to be in first place if you want to go to postseason play at the break. 50 or more wins. Red Sox at 50 and 38. 3-2 struck him out. Number 4 for Price.
Well, he did everything in that at bat, in and out, changeups, cutters, finishes him off with a high fastball. Beautiful thing.
Souza with a double and a run in the first inning, a walk and a run in the third. And he made that diving catch in foul ground down the right field line with a couple of men on base. So he's done it all today. One man out in the bottom of the 5th. A high fly ball to left center, but not deep. Benintendi slicing in. He'll take care of that. Out number 2. You can get expert emergency care without leaving the ballpark at Fenway at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, the first aid station. That's behind section 12 on the lower concourse. Visit bidmc.org. Price trying to make it a 1-2-3 for the second inning in a row. Corey Dickerson has grounded out and doubled. He hit a non-strike for the double in the third inning. Ground ball inside third. Went the other way with it.
Luckily, they only scored 1 run on that. He went to third with 1 out, and there are a couple big punch outs by Price to Morrison and Ramos to end the third inning.
Benintendi right there to make that catch, and that will retire the side. So a fast inning for Price. He gets a 1-2-3. Friday night Fenway presented by Budweiser. TC will be joined by Sox manager John Farrell live for an exclusive interview. Friday night Fenway presented by Budweiser. Budweiser, this Bud's for you. Tampa Bay with a 2-1 lead. As we go to the 6th inning, Benintendi, Ramirez, Bradley up against Archer, who has scattered 5 hits. He fell behind very quickly on a home run by Mookie Betts, but the Red Sox have not scored since off it. They have had some opportunities. Sox have left 6 men on base. They're looking for that key hit today. Andrew has grounded out and struck out 0 for 2. Hits that one right at Morrison. They're pretty hard, but for an out, that's happened a couple of times today.
Yeah, you hit a ball hard, you better get a hit off of Archer, because you're not going to get that hard contact all that much.
So 1 gone, and Hanley now he has singled and struck out 1 for 2 on the day. They've had pretty decent crowds here throughout the series, certainly by Rays standards. The Red Sox continue to be one of the top road draws in all of baseball.
Red Sox are the only team that have a winning record on the road in their division, huh? Which is kind of surprising. Somebody would have something.
Right now, the Red Sox and the Dodgers and Houston are the only 3 teams in baseball who have winning home and road records and records either 500 or better against the East, Central, West, and the other league. In the Red Sox case, obviously the National League.
The whole shooting match.
500 or better across the board in all of those categories. Dodgers have won 60 games. They're 60-29, first team in the majors with 60 wins.
Boy, they are on a run right now, aren't they? I mean, whew. They've won 25 out of 30 or 26 out of 30, something crazy.
Yep, 5 in a row. 38-11 at home. The LA Dodgers.
Little dancing follow through right there. You ever seen a kid like Archer already in the broadcast booth? He's 4 years into his great career that he looks like he's going to have, and he's already upstairs being an analyst. That's different nowadays.
And you know what? He's a fun listen.
Yes, I agree.
Check swing. Is that going to drop? It will for a base hit. And Ramirez with his 2nd single of the day. He dunks it into right.
Yeah, the check swing thing is what that is. Too bad there wasn't a guy on second base in scoring position, because this is not even a check. He just stopped his swing. Did not want to swing. No, ball's away. Base hit.
So Red Sox with a base runner with 1 away. Jackie Bradley has singled and struck out today. Red Sox with 6 hits off Archer. He'll lay off ball 1. Jackie had yesterday off in its entirety. Rips that one down the right field line, but he hooked it foul.
He broke that bat again, didn't he?
He did.
Broke it up last time up, base hit center field. That's the second one.
Well, Archer's got the stuff to break a lot of bats.
He gets around it a little bit. Had to be the end of the bat. It wasn't like he jammed him. I think he tried to hook that ball, hit the end of his bat.
Jackie has now hit safely in 30 of his last 38 games. He's hitting about .320 since May 12th. Vasquez on deck. 2-1 Rays here in the 6th. And Archer from the set. Fly ball well hit to left. Dickerson back. He's all the way to the wall. Leaping up. He makes the catch. Hanley's got to retreat and retouch. Here's the throw into first. He's going to be doubled up. A double play. Dickerson firing up his starter. Hanley Ramirez thought that ball was going to be off the wall. He had already made the turnaround second base, and he's doubled up.
And Hanley round second base, takes too long of a turn, gets doubled up. Bad base running right there, but man, Archer's loving it. He thought that was trouble.
Now it's the second standout catch made by a Rays outfielder today, as Dickerson went all the way to the wall. So it is on to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Still 2-1 Tampa Bay. Longoria, Morrison, Ramos against David Price, who is throwing a 3-hitter at the moment. Longoria has 2 RBIs, one on a single, one on a sacrifice fly. Up the middle, but Pedroia is there from short center. Will get him. One away.
Well, you know what Hanley's thinking on this ball. He thinks it's going to be a double, but you should never round that far. If you get the second, you got to get back. He just went too far. That's all there is to it. And he gets doubled up.
Red Sox have run into 44 outs, most in the majors.
You never know if that inning continues, but I thought that ball had a chance. You saw Bradley Jr. go deep the other night the other way, so I thought when he hit it, it's gone again.
Morrison's 0 for 2. He's hit into a fielder's choice and whiffed.
I've been so impressed by Price with the way he's pitched in. Both left-handers and right-handers.
They're going to strike out Morrison for the second time, but he rolls over and fouls it away. You can upgrade your day with DD Perks. You can earn a free beverage when you enroll and speed past the line with on-the-go ordering. DD Perks, everyone deserves an upgrade. Download the Dunkin' app today. Speeding past the line may not be possible at all locations. If that happens to you, call Dennis Eckersley. Sox had 50-38 of the same record they had after 88 games a year ago.
Back in there.
1-2 and spoiled by Morrison.
Didn't get it in there.
John Farrell has announced that Drew Pomerantz will be the Game 1 starter when the second half begins against the Yankees. Drew Pomerantz with 9 victories. He's going to be heading into the second half with a full head of steam.
He's going to the Bahamas, didn't we hear him say that?
I think that's what he said.
He's going to camp out there for a couple of days.
Good for him.
Paint somebody Friday night.
1-2 fouled away.
There he is. Boy, he's got to be happy with what he's done this first half of the season.
He really should be. And spring training was rough for him. Coming back from that injection in the arm and everything, really weren't that sure, but he's turned it into an outstanding first half. One and two on Morrison. Price trying to get him. Left it high.
Pretty much what he did to him last at bat. A lot of balls inside, punch him out on a fastball he took right there.
Ramos on deck, 2-1 Tampa Bay. Trying to check, did he offer? He did. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down goes Morrison. So Price gets him for the second time. Nesson is proud to support the Men's Warehouse National Suit Drive in July. When you make a donation of gently used professional clothing at any Men's Warehouse, you help men and women look their best as they re-enter the workforce. Learn more at nationalsuitdrive.com. So 2 away. Price is on a roll here. They set down 11 in a row. You got this man Ramos twice, last time on a strikeout. Price has punched out 5. And in for a strike.
I'll tell you, he's in and out, using all his pitches.
Hoping for some run support today, just as Rick Porcello was hoping yesterday. Didn't happen for Rick. He pitched a marvelous game. Base is empty. And a fly ball into left down that line. Benintendi on the run, won't get to it. To the warning track. Big turn at first. Ramos will not test him. As the throw comes in, he's back to first with a long single.
Yeah, Ramos is not going to test anybody, believe me. But I'll tell you, he doesn't hit this ball very well. That's why it drops in out there. Kind of scared you for a second, but then you heard the sound of the bat. He kind of got it on the label. Sort of dunked it, pulled like a little dunk shot out there about 300 feet away, and Benintendi didn't have enough time to get there.
Only the 4th Tampa Bay hit today, and it brings up Plouffe, who has flied to left and flied to center. Starts him off with a nice changeup for strike 1.
Great arm action on that.
Next one will be number 94 for the southpaw. Well, you expected a low run, low hit day when these two, Archer and Price, went toe to toe, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. Ramos at first, and it's 1-2.
Boy, boy, it's just hard to sit on anything off of Price. He's featuring everything today. And look at that. He's pitching all the way around the strike zone, showing you everything. 2 changeups, a cutter, high fastball.
Two. Lou hanging in there. Brad Miller would be next. CVS Health is investing $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives and move us one step closer toward a tobacco-free generation. Learn more at cvshealth.com/be-the-first. Price looking for strikeout number 6. And he's gone to 3-2 on Plouffe.
Tried to finish him off inside. Vasquez was adamant about trying to get that ball inside. He knows he makes a pitch there, he's gone. Now you don't know what he's going to throw. He can do anything. He's had pretty good command over everything else. Fastball up, way out of the zone.
3-2 and hooked into left field on the ground for a base hit. Ramos to second. So back-to-back 2-out singles here for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, 3-2 changeup to Plouffe, and he hooks it in the hole. Pretty good pitch if you hadn't seen it. Ball down, end of the bat, but he pulls it in the hole. Pretty good at bat by Plouffe.
So runners at first and second for Miller. Carl Willis getting on the horn. Some activity is starting to move around in the Red Sox bullpen down the left field line. And Barnes. Miller's gone 0 for 2. He's hit it on the ground twice, each time to the right side. He'll take ball 1. So Barnes beginning to warm up. But again, only 5 hits off Price. In for a strike at 94. Price's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket.
He's focused here, man. This is a big out for him. No more runs.
He's in front on Miller 1-2.
He beat him there inside. That was a little scary.
Miller just recently off the disabled list. Came off on Friday. 3 for 7 in this series. Price trying to put him away with a 1-2. He skipped it up there.
Tried that changeup again.
So he's at 103 pitches.
You don't see it. I'm telling you, left-handers don't throw left-handed hitters changeups, but Price does.
Ramos at second, Plouffe at first. Two pop foul back out of play.
I've seen Vasquez do that a lot. He'll look up, he doesn't know where it is. Trying to keep this ball in play. Another changeup.
Price last 2 starts 106 pitches and 112 pitches. And a 2-2 to Miller. Fought off again.
Boy, he just tried to hump right there and blow him away.
Certainly looking like his last inning.
Yeah, this is it for him.
Two. The comebacker. Price snags that and lobs on to get him. So he gets out of it despite a couple of base hits. He holds the end of 6, 2-1 Tampa Bay.
.30 on an all-new episode of the Ultimate Red Sox Show presented by AAA. We'll go one-on-one with Red Sox reliever Robbie Scott. Plus, we'll have the plays of the week. That's tonight at 5:30 right here on NESN.
Well, on to the 7th inning, and both bullpens are active now. Tommy Hunter starting to throw in right field down the line in the Tampa Bay pen. As we go to the 7th inning, 88 pitches for Archer, so he's in pretty good shape. As Vasquez will test him here. Christian has flied out on 2 occasions. But the second time it took an outstanding play by Souza, foul ground in right field. A diving catch to end that at bat. Matt Barnes still throwing in the Red Sox pen, so he's going to be the next pitcher. Very strong outing again for Price. Tampa Bay with a 2-1 lead, however. The only Red Sox run, a solo home run by Mookie Betts in the first inning. Archer certainly looking like he is turning a corner against the Red Sox, who beat him 11 straight times, but he defeated the Sox back in April at Fenway, and today has a 2-1 lead. Getting into the late stages.
He looks good. I mean, a solo home run in the first inning. That's it.
Which is not to say that he had, nothing but bad outings against the Red Sox in that 11-game streak. That was not the case. He strikes out Vasquez. 1 away. Let's get on to Guerin.
Well, Obiek, in his pregame press conference, John Farrell was asked about some of the positives of the first half of the season, and he said one has definitely been the bullpen. And guys, when he was asked about maybe the biggest surprise of the first half, he said he didn't want to overlook anybody, but it's been Devin Marrero. He said when he was called up, he really stabilized things at third base, stabilized the defense, and overall has just made a major impact on this team.
Hard to argue that. Hitting .225, 3 home runs at the moment. It's been more about the defense and the hitting as of late for Devin.
Yeah, you talk about his defense. Obviously, he's got great skills, great hands. But he's thrown out there 20 RBIs too, and recently has been swinging the bat off right-handed pitching.
He's had some big hits.
Yeah.
Here's Lynn. Another guy who's been a pleasant surprise. Zue Lin with a single, ground out today, 1 for 2.
That being said, I wouldn't be surprised if they get somebody at third base.
A lot of talk about that, and Dave Dombrowski did not shy away from it. He did say the Red Sox will not be in the market for starting pitching. He feels like they're in very good shape there. He feels like the bullpen, if they were going to make a move, probably wouldn't be anything major. The bullpen's been outstanding.
Oh man, this to me that's a huge surprise. And when we walked out of spring training, we weren't really sure.
Red Sox pen second in the majors in ERA behind only Cleveland, 2.96. They've suffered only 7 losses, fewest in the majors, and thrown the 4th fewest innings in the majors. Robbie Scott has had a really fine season. Kimbrel's had an all-world season. Little flare into left field, a dive and a miss, and another base hit. So Lynn is on for the second time. He's 2 for 3. Time for a game break. Brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Adam. And thank you very much. Red Sox trying to come back today. If they can and the Yankees lose, the Sox would go into the break with a 4.5 game lead.
I'll tell you what, Zue Lin living right, man. That ball, he flared that ball. He didn't even know where that ball was coming off his bat. He was looking around.
Mookie Betts with a home run, a walk, a ground to the third, 1 for 2. His 16th home run in the first inning. About to start his 2nd consecutive All-Star game. Slaps that one high, but foul down the line, and Souza can't catch up to this one.
It could be Superman going out there.
Even taking care of the fans. Make sure that one,
really,
was not going to be handled by the youngster.
Yes.
And drop back onto the field.
Killing me, man. Here.
And the 0-2 to Mookie. He said one of the great days of his young career on this trip with the 8 RBI contest. Fans everywhere. Roll towards short. Featherston got one there on the first, not nearly in time. Lynn out at second, 2 away. And Pedroia next with Mookie Betts on at first. Stay on top of the latest Red Sox news with NESN's free text alerts. From breaking news to in-game alerts, NESN will make sure you're in the know. To sign up, just text Red Sox to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply.
You could take a shot at running at some point at this at bat.
With Pedroia the hitter and Betts on. In for strike 1.
Pedroia undressed him last time up. Hit a missile right back at him.
1 for 3. And the 0-1. Runner holding. Bogart's next.
This is frightening. Last time up, right back at you. Down he goes.
Archer 7-5 coming in. Picked for the All-Star team. So he's on his way to Miami after this one. And a 2-1. He's gone to 3-1 on Pedroia. Boxberger along with Hunter now in their bullpen. Barnes is all warmed up down the left field line for the Red Sox. He'll take over for David Price. (3-1). Pop foul back out of play.
Didn't get a fastball again. Slider middle.
Ace Ticket is Boston's trusted source for Red Sox tickets. Treat yourself for someone special with tickets to a game, all with a 200% guarantee. Visit aceticket.com now or call 1-800-MY-SEATS.
Time for action.
Well, Betts will be running. 3-2, 2 out. There he goes. Yank foul. .107 today. One more than his average.
Pedroia looking breaking ball. Fought that fastball off last pitch.
Two Betts running. Fly ball right field, well hit. Souza back, track and roll, leaping up, it gets out of here. Home run, Dustin Pedroia. He goes to the opposite field, and the Red Sox have the lead.
And he is all fired up. How about that? What a huge home run the other way.
The Red Sox have taken the lead 3-2 against Archer.
You will very seldom see Pedroia hit a ball out the other way, and what a time to hit a ball out.
Number 4 for Pedroia.
Oh, he is psyched. He looked so bad on those first 2 strikeouts and then undressed Archer the last time up and then juices him on a 3-2 pitch.
Undressed him and now he unseats him. He's out of the ball game. Dustin Pedroia's had some big hits on this trip. Here's another one.
Got a fastball. And Archer knew he got it. Archer just knew he got it. He just flicked it. I don't care where it lands. It's over the fence. That is amazing.
He's been so tough today, Yak, and this has happened so many times when he's faced the Red Sox.
Look at him. You ever see him do that?
Oh, yeah.
Not all the way around the bases.
Red Sox leading 3-2 here at Tampa Bay. More in a moment. Two-run blast to right field has just put the Red Sox in the lead 3-2. Hunter comes out of their bullpen. The reaction by Archer on the connect by Pedroia was absolutely priceless as Hunter comes on for the 29th time. He's having a very good season. Xander Bogaerts 0 for 3.
I gotta tell you, I've never quite had a reaction like this before. This is like he knew this ball was gone. It went in the first row, but look at this. He doesn't know what to do with himself. Shocked him, just absolutely shocked him.
Devastating for him. Xander with a cut and a miss, and down he goes, strike 3. That will do it. Mookie Betts reached, and then Dustin Pedroia touched them all. And the Red Sox lead it 3-2. Is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Digital Federal Credit Union. See what DCU can save you. And by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. The Red Sox have just shot into the lead thanks to Dustin Pedroia and a 2-run homer to right off a stunned Chris Archer, who took a knee after that shot by Pedroia. And he is now out of the ball game. Barnes is now on for the Red Sox, so Price can win it, as he went 6 strong and allowed 2 runs on just 5 hits. So Barnes takes over. He's been used a lot. This is appearance number 41. It's one of the things that John Farrell talked about the other day, wants to monitor heading into the second half. Really, Barnes and Hembree try to limit their appearances a little bit more, but they've both pitched awfully well at times.
That's what they've done with Joe Kelly in the first half, is what they've done, and they've got to take care of those guys. They really do. You forget. The next thing you know, you'll get in August, and they haven't got it.
It was fascinating to watch Archer and his array of reactions. And you know, you mentioned this right away. He knew it was gone.
Yeah.
He might have been the only guy in the ballpark who knew it was gone.
How did you know that was gone? It went in the first row. He knew it was going to go over his head, I think. But I tell you what, you got to stand up. You can't end up like in the fetal position. I tell you what, Petey, I mean, he's feeling it right now. It's such a big home run, but you wonder if some of that's not, I got Archer, and he wanted him badly.
A lot of emotion there. For every RBI hit by a Franklin Family Batting Glove member, Franklin Sports is donating to the Red Sox Foundation's RBI program to help revitalize baseball and softball in our inner cities. Franklin Sports, a proud partner of the Red Sox Foundation in Major League Baseball. So Barnes coming on, and this is Malik Smith hitting for Featherston. So a pinch hitter, very good bunter, excellent speed. 3 runs on 8 hits for the Red Sox, 2 runs on 5 hits for Tampa Bay.
Got a long ways to go here. It's the 7th. You think it's like ball game after that.
As been so true over the years. Even back to the time when they were the Devil Rays X. So many close games with these guys. Nip and tuck affairs. Always been a difficult team to break away from. Now the Red Sox in the lead. Borges on deck.
Obviously, they don't want to walk this guy.
They started out 3-0.
He loses that fastball sometimes upstairs a lot. I know we talk so much about his new delivery.
So it'll be Smith, Borges, and Souza.
I mean, it's 3-1. You got to take your gloves off. This would crush me on the mound. It's like, let's go.
And let's see if he's finally ready.
You ready?
Walked him on 4 straight. So the tying run is on the speedy Smith. And Borges, he's a guy who can drop down a bunt. No activity yet in the Red Sox pen.
That's a tough warm-up when your Barnes warming up to come into this game and waiting around, and the next thing you know, they hit a home run. Now the pressure's on.
The Red Sox are going to get Joe Kelly active in the bullpen, and Willis is out to buy him a little more time.
That's our secret weapon out there. Kelly has been absolutely lights out.
He is not allowed to run in 23 appearances. You have to go all the way back to May 1st, the last time that Kelly allowed a run. Take a moment here and take a look at the road ahead, presented by People's United Bank. First half road ends today. Then the break for the All-Star game. 4 days. Back at it on Friday. That's a 4-game series against the Yankees. What a showdown that's going to be at Fenway Park. Question is, how large will the lead be for the Red Sox? Could be as high as 4.5, because the Yankees are losing at the moment and the Red Sox have the lead late in both games.
11 stolen bases out of 15 attempts for Smith.
He indicates bunt and drops it foul for strike 1.
I had a feeling he might be bunting. He didn't give it away, though. He waited till the last second.
On the day he has struck out and hit into a 4-6 fielder's choice. Souza on deck. He's a home run hitting RBI leadoff man. Smith with the lead at first. And the 0-1 will not be made. He's back in. Eleven stolen bases from Alex Smith. So he could also be running and trying to steal a base without the bunt. Here comes the 0-1. Turns the bunt and a strike. And it's 0-2.
Boy, that is a feeble attempt at a bunt. He's like, oh, it's a strike. I better bunt it. He's in trouble now.
You would think no more bunt. And the 0-2 again back in. Time had been granted to Borges anyway, home plate. Sox ahead 3-2, bottom of the 7th. They need the win to split the series against these Rays. Barnes looking for the strikeout of Borges here. He is going to bunt, and he got it down. Picked up by Barnes. He'll go to first base to get him down. To second is Smith. So they kept it on, and he got it down.
Boy, a lot of pressure on Borges right there. You got to give him credit. After looking so bad, trying to bunt 0-2. You got to get this thing down. And he did. This is a pretty bunt. Got on top. High fastball. Sacrifice.
A gutsy call there to keep it on. So a man at second base for Souza, who has doubled, walked, and flied out. Barnes trying to keep that leadoff walk from scoring. Souza has also made one of the great catches of the day this final Sunday before the All-Star break down the right field line in foul territory. He has scored both of their runs. And time granted by Chris Conroy.
Barnes could take a long time with guys on base. Pretty obvious. Sometimes he'll take 2 looks at the guy at second base.
Smith, excellent speed at second. And punch foul on a play by Souza. You should get word at some point on Eduardo Rodriguez, scheduled to make his 3rd rehab start today for the Paw Sox against Buffalo at 1:35. He is a key man for that second half in the Red Sox rotation. No doubt about it. The 0-1 will not be made. Brock Holt has gone 6 for 22 with a home run in his rehab stint with the Paw Sox and Double-A Portland. Brock also trying to make his way back from vertigo. Eddie Rodriguez with the knee. The 0-1 to Souza. 95 up and out of the zone to make it 1-1.
Well, he got that pitch down pat, that high cheese up there out of the zone. You know, takes a couple looks at Smith at second base, turns and fires. You get so concerned about that guy at second base, it's hard to locate. See, that time he didn't look at all. Sometimes not looking is like the guy can't believe it. He's waiting for you to look.
Well, the Red Sox have the lead after 7 innings this year. They are 38-1. Barnes trying to make sure they do. And a 2-1 pitch to Souza. Whirls, but he'll throw a dive back by Smith.
A couple of looks and then he throws because Pedroia is holding him on. And it's important you keep him close.
One away, runner at second, a 2-1. 3-1 on Souza, who will take a walk. He walked and scored in the 3rd inning.
You worry about the guy at second. It takes away your focus. It just does.
Pedroia hanging near the bag, not far away from second. Trying to cut down some of that lead. On one bounce, knocked down by Lynn. He scurries to get it, and will have no play at third base, and everybody's safe. First and third on a base hit by Souza, in and out of the glove of Zue Lin.
Boy, this would have been a nice pick. Ball's hit sharply to Lynn. He goes to his right, gets it. He thought the hop was going to be lower than that. It came up on him, came up off his glove, and then nobody's there. You see Bogarts coming into the pitcher. Heads up play there by Smith, kind of gutsy trying to get to third.
But he makes it. That's the tying run. That's it for Barnes, and here comes Joe Kelly. And he inherits first and third, and only one down in a one-run game. So John Farrell makes the pitching change, and we'll be back here at the Trop with more in just a moment. Baseball on NESN is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Red Sox on top 3-2. Base hit moments ago by Souza, that knocked down by Lynn, and that has him on the corners for Kelly, who takes over for Barnes. And again, Kelly with 23 straight scoreless appearances. He has the longest active scoreless streak in the majors by games and innings. Needs to be awfully tough right here.
Got the heat on him now. Last time out against Texas, he had the same situation.
Yeah, he finished the 8th on Monday at Texas. He got his 11th hold. And fires strike one at 98.
Pretty good spot.
Dickerson 1 for 3 with a double. Tying run 90 feet away for Tampa Bay.
Lynn off the line. We've seen him go the other way.
Good power here. 17 home runs. High fly, twisting to left. Benintendi with a long run. He'll make the catch. Here comes Smith. Here comes the throw. It bounces off the line, and the run is in. So the ball game is tied 3-3.
Yeah, not much you could do about that. He's hoping he swings through the high fastball because of the velocity that Kelly has, but he gets a ball in the air and it's just too deep into left field to throw him out. You know, you got to make this catch, obviously, but pretty good throw. You know, he throws the ball pretty well up the line. Smith runs too well. You got no chance on this. Dickerson does his job.
Yeah, picks up his 42nd RBI. So the leadoff walk, that run charged to Barnes, that hurt. Runner at second, Longoria the batter.
Heads up on Souza going to second.
Longoria has driven in 2 runs. Souza's a good base runner. So a 3-3 game here in the bottom of the 7th. And Kelly with a 1-0 to Longoria. Right past him at 100.
I guess so.
Sounded like it.
Did it? Ooh.
A little bit late on that one, and the count 1-2 on Longoria. And come the 8th inning, the Red Sox will have due up Moreland, Benintendi, and Ramirez against the Tampa Bay bullpen. So neither starting pitcher will have a decision today. In the hands of the Pens in the 1-2. Flying to right field, but it hangs up for Mookie Betts. And that will retire the side. Tampa Bay gets even. 3-3 game as we go to the 8th inning. The Red Sox have allowed the tying run to score 3-3. Malik Smith remains in the game to play center. And Echeverria will now take over at shortstop. Adeiny Echeverria. And the new pitcher will be Brad Boxberger. As we go to the 8th inning, the Sox will have Moreland, Benintendi, Ramirez against the right-hander. Meanwhile, the Yankees have surged into the lead against Milwaukee 6-5 in the 6th inning. Moreland on the day with a walk, a fly to left, and a strikeout. And pops a foul back out of play for strike one.
Boxberger's tough, man. He saved 41 games a couple of years ago. Been hurt on and off. Saw him the other night. He's throwing the ball good. Got a great changeup to go with that 94.
Ran in on a handle and he hit it pretty good, but Dickerson is back there. And he'll make the catch for the out. Moreland now 0 for 3. Stay right here after the third out of this inning for a special behind-the-scenes look at what happens in between innings.
Number 16, Andrew Benintendi.
So it's Benintendi next, hitless today, 0 for 3. Red Sox have 8 hits, Tampa Bay just 6. So as was the case yesterday, pitching dominated here inside the Trop. Boxberger out of Fullerton, California. He was with San Diego initially.
Kind of stole him from San Diego because he came over here and lit it up.
Fly ball to center, but a routine play for Smith. And that's 2 up and 2 down for the Sox in the 8th, and Benintendi 0 for 4. The Red Sox will be back at Fenway after the All-Star break to take on the Yankees. Don't miss the series featuring 8 All-Star players between the two clubs. Plus, NESN will bring you special coverage of the Red Sox Foundation honoring the men and women who served in Vietnam. Join us right after the All-Star break on Friday night. Our coverage begins at 5:30. Andy Ramirez has a pair of hits today, the last one on a check swing looper, but he'll take it. Red Sox tied the ball game and then went ahead on one swing. Dustin Pedroia with the home run in the 7th inning to make it 3-2, but the Rays have come back to knot it at 3. Sox fans getting it going in the stands, and the Rays fans trying to shout him down. And they hit a home run here on Friday to the opposite field. It got out to right.
Sometimes you think this is the best way to go here after seeing Pedroia go the other way. You know Hanley's got enough pop to hit it anywhere out.
And the 2-1 inside.
Ooh. His first changeup he's thrown, and he wanted it.
3-1.
Boy, it looked pretty good. Called it inside. Not high.
Borderline. He took a shot. 3-2.
He took a shot all right.
Late in the tie game. Going for it. Pedroia socked his to right field. So the count all filled up on Hanley. The base is empty. 2 down in the 8th inning. And he will take all 4. We're close. Hanley with a heck of a take there.
Boy, he took a couple pitches in this at bat. Is that ball low? I don't think so. We'll take it.
There are other times that's a strike. Hanley is aboard. Sox have a base runner for Jackie Bradley, who's gone 1 for 3, a single. Red Sox are 6-3 on this road trip, ending today, game number 89. So there will be 73 games in the second half, beginning Friday against the Yankees. Here's the 1-0. 2-0. Christian Vasquez on deck. in for a strike.
Then he gives him that. Yeah, this ball's hot. Jackie knows it. Turned around and said that ball's up.
He was correct. That one not called a strike. How about that?
Man, he has a tough time with that ball downstairs.
Now that should have been a strike.
Yes, he guesses at the ball down.
3-1.
Red Sox will take it. Well, it should be 3-1 anyway, right?
It always evens out, doesn't it? I mean,
guess.
all the time, without fail. Good count for Bradley. And off the plate, so that'll be ball 4. Back-to-back walks, first and second. And Vasquez can deliver. The Red Sox the lead. On the day, he's gone 0 for 3. Hickey coming out. Boxberger may be a little upset about a couple of these calls. Right now, a quiet bullpen down the right field line, a quiet one down the left field line. Give me Eduardo Rodriguez rehab line today. 6 1/3, 6 hits, 1 run, 7 Ks, no walks. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's more like it, huh?
That's more like Eduardo. Certainly 95 pitches. That is very encouraging. I just think he's such a huge key to the second half.
Oh, man, this kid. No telling what he can do.
He really was having a fine first half before that knee injury. Jumbo Diaz up in their bullpen. Kolarek up there too. Now Vasquez trying to get something to go through and deliver the Red Sox the lead again. Base hit doesn't necessarily do it, but there are 2 down. He's flied out, lined out, and struck out. And the 0-1. Strike.
Wow, 2 tough pitches right there. Boom, boom.
Two down, 2 on the 0-2. He stays in there.
Boy, he got a pitch to hit. He was just trying to hit a ball the other way.
Ramos will play cleanup here as the baseball came in a home plate from the bullpen. Crowd getting behind the moment in the 8th inning. Ramirez at second, Bradley at first.
Take a flare to right field.
And down he goes hacking, strike 3. So the Red Sox are strand 2, go to the bottom of the 8th, tied 3-3. Don't go anywhere. Let's stay in the park.
Friday, the second half starts here when the first place Sox go head-to-head with New York in the AL East.
Power against power.
MLB strikeout leader Chris Sale bringing it against MLB home run leader Aaron Judge.
So this ought to be entertaining.
Yankees, Red Sox. Series coverage begins Friday at 5:30 on NESN, presented by Amtrak. Plus, join NESN and the Red Sox in honoring veterans in the Vietnam War throughout the weekend series.
So why do
Here's our game summary. It's brought to you by Xfinity, with the Red Sox in a 3-3 tie here in the 8th inning. And Joe Kelly moving into his 2nd inning. He's about to take on Logan Morrison and Wilson Ramos and Trevor Plouffe. We had given you the incorrect score earlier. Milwaukee is still leading the Yankees 5-3 in the top of the 7th inning. So Milwaukee's still on top in that game. And Morrison has gone hitless. He has struck out twice and hit into a fielder's choice. Three runs on 8 hits for the Red Sox. 3 runs on 6 hits for Tampa Bay. Sox have left 8. Rays have stranded 6. That's a tough pitch.
Ooh. That's what makes him that much more unhittable, really, when he's got that pitch. Back to that gas up again.
2-2. That hits 101. Morrison 24 homers, 57 RBIs.
See, he's got a home run off of Kelly.
But just 2 for 12. And a 2-2 to Morrison. Just a little bit low, apparently. But low strike's not there.
Boy, he stutters into that curveball too.
Conley working in the bullpen. This last one looked like it was at the hollow of the knee.
Didn't it? Stutter about 2 or 3 times. That is a biting hook.
He's gone to 3-2 on Morrison. And missed with that for ball 4. And this has been a problem for the Red Sox today. Already twice a leadoff walk has come in to score here this afternoon. Souza in the 3rd inning and Smith in the 7th inning.
I just don't know why you have to stutter out there. You know, sort of a hesitation. You're 3-2. You've got 100-mile-an-hour hair. Just go get it.
Bottom of the 8th. Leadoff man is on. Ramos the batter. 1 for 3. He had a base hit last time up. And runs inside for ball 1. Heard a grunting.
Yeah, I'd grunt too.
Certainly one of the key moments in the game, the key plays, not to be forgotten, was the sacrifice bunt by Borges.
Yes, 0-2.
On an 0-2 pitch in the 7th inning. He got it down. That led to a run to tie the ball game for Tampa Bay. That's a strike. And he didn't like the call. Been a rough couple of innings for Conway,
yeah.
I gotta tell you.
Totally.
Jerry Meals had a tough night the other night.
This ball's up and away.
Well, 1-1. Ripped into right, Betts back. He's there. Mookie makes the catch. Back to first base. And he's going to slide back in safely. Mookie Betts with that gun made it interesting on Morrison.
Ramos stung this ball to right field. Red Sox have a man there, that being Mookie, but he just gets a fastball and doesn't try to pull, hits it on the nose right at Mookie. He tries to throw him out all the way from right, medium right field.
1 out, Plouffe the batter, 1 for 3 with a single. Tied up 3-3 in the 8th. Come the 9th inning, Sox will have due up Lynn, Betts, and Pedroia. Mookie Betts has homered, so has Dustin Pedroia today. Loof with a couple of flyouts and a base hit. Morrison with a short lead at first, and the 0-1. Now 0-2 as that one hit 101.
Can't blame him for being late, that's for sure.
See Loof 2 for 2 with a home run against Kelly. Joe trying to strike him out here. Of course, he would love a double play ball. And the 0-2. Oh, he dropped in a dandy and caught him looking.
Not much a hitter can do after 101. Behind in the count 0-2. He just throws a hook on him. Just a little hook for a strike.
So they'll send a Brad Miller, who's gone 0 for 3. Two down in the 8th in a 3-3 game. And he rattles that one foul for strike 1. Red Sox looking for their 51st win. Trying to go 7-3 on this trip. Throw down at first base, won't get him, but another big heater to make it 0-2.
Boy, he has had a healthy heater all year long. I mean, this ball's right by Miller, and you see Vasquez coming out of his haunches.
He got Plouffe with that breaking ball. Caught him looking. He had no chance. 0-2. Fastball again. 1-0-2.
How about this hesitation again? Guy on first base. I don't get it. He's been using this on and off. Watch. Then he airs it out. 102. Man.
A ball, 2 strikes, and Miller. And a high fly to center field, racing back Bradley, all the way back to the wall, and that ball gets out of here. Brad Miller has connected to center field for a 2-run homer, and Tampa Bay has the lead 5-3. Miller has just been a killer against the Red Sox in his career.
That's a stunner. It really is. He tried to set him up for that curveball with a high fastball last pitch, 102. Then he throws him a hook for a strike, and you knew he got it the way he dropped the bat. He stung that ball to the deepest part of the ballpark. That hurts.
Red Sox did that earlier on the Pedroia home run, and now Miller does it to the Red Sox with 2 out in the 8th inning to put Tampa Bay in the lead by 2. And a 1-0 pitch from Kelly. Smith chops that one to first base. And a fair ball for out number 3. However, Brad Miller connects. And did he ever to center field on Joe Kelly? We go to the 9th. Red Sox are trailing 5-3. hits for some reason against the Red Sox. He really picks on the Sox staff and got to Joe Kelly there for a 2-run homer. And that's the end of Joe Kelly's 23 consecutive scoreless appearances. They're going to bring on Colomé, their closer. As we go to the 9th inning, it'll be Lynn, Betts, and Pedroia trying to get back to it. And if Tampa Bay wins this game, they take the series 3-1. And they would pull to within 3.5 of the Red Sox. And that would be a major victory for them. The game and the series. Lynn looks at a strike. He has 2 hits today.
Colomé made it interesting yesterday's game. Wasn't really throwing a lot of strikes. Ramirez helped him out on a couple of sliders.
And the 1-1 hammered up the middle and threw for a base hit. So the Sox have the leadoff man on here in the 9th inning. 3rd hit of the day for Zue Lin.
That was a solid hit up the middle. The last 2 were kind of check swing here, blooper there, but that ball was hit firmly back up the middle.
Mookie Betts now. Mookie on the day is homered, walk, grounded out. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored. I guess in the Yankee game, Chase Headley hit a 3-run homer, but it was overruled.
Whoa.
So Milwaukee still leads it 5-3 in that game. Initially, they had changed the score and made it 6-5 Yankees, but it was overruled. Got to get the details on that, but right now Tampa Bay with a 5-3 lead on the Red Sox. Thanks to the Miller 2-run homer. The Red Sox have Mookie Betts at the plate. It is 16th home run in the 1st inning. Kimbrel throwing in the bullpen down the left field line along with Doug Fister. And that's a ball.
Boy, 1 good slider, 1 bad slider. Hang Mookie another one like he got in the 1st inning is what we need.
And Colomé with a 1-1. High fly, but off the end of the bat. Outfielder was deep. Echeverria goes out. He makes the play. Boy, he had a long way to go, didn't he? And Lynn back to first base.
Boy, that looked like a panic piece there. You know that Dickerson's playing deep out there. But he got, like he said, he didn't get a jump on this ball. Echeverria, he's way out there into the outfield.
So now Dustin Pedroia, who's had a 2-for-4 day with a home run back in the 7th. And he went flying around the bases after he powered it out against Archer. It gave the Red Sox a 3-2 lead at the time. Tampa Bay came back to tie it. Now they lead 5-3 in the 9th. And ball 1. Red Sox had a chance against Colomé yesterday. Loaded up the bases against him in the 9th inning, but failed to score.
I don't think this guy's very sharp. I didn't think he was throwing good yesterday. Command was bad.
Here's the 1-0. A strike. Archer went 6 2/3, no decision. Price went 6, no decision. They were both sharp. 1-1 to Pedroia. Foul tip.
That's a good one. Kind of glad that he didn't put this ball in play. It would have been a ground ball.
0-2. Evens it up on Pedroia. Bogart's the on-deck hitter. Five runs, just 7 hits for Tampa Bay. 3 runs, 9 hits for the Sox. And a 2-2. Ground ball to Longoria. Into second, got one. They will not turn the double play. Lynn out at second base, but there are 2 away. And it's up to Xander Bogaerts here.
I think some 2-out magic is what you need, and you need a hanging breaking ball to do it. He got a curveball.
Well, this has been a very meaningful series for the Tampa Bay Rays. They can go to the All-Star break if they get one more out here, just 3.5 behind the Red Sox. Yankees are still losing to Milwaukee at the moment. And Pedroia, the base runner at first. He runs. Strike one, and Pedroia safely down to second. No stolen base. So he has some pretty good numbers against column A. 4 out of 11 with 2 doubles. Moreland on deck.
Bogarts is kind of due, but you don't know how that hand feels, really.
And the 0-1 pitch. He pops him up. The shortstop out into left field. That should do it. And the first half has come to an end. Tampa Bay taking 3 out of 4 against the Red Sox here. 5-3 the final score. Miller going yard, obviously the huge hit. So the Red Sox finish up the first half at 50-39. They will go into the break, the All-Star break, with the lead over the New York Yankees and these Tampa Bay Rays, but probably a little tighter than they expected just a few days ago. Adam finishing up this road trip at 6-4.